Hello, my name is Alexander Colin, and the project that I worked on for my capstone is sharedcarts.com. I am my own client for the project. It's an idea that I came up with myself, and I'd like to give a huge shout out to my advisor, Kevin Cahill, for all his enthusiasm for the project, and also Sam back there. Sam's the man, helped me out a lot, so yeah. So the problem statement, basically what I saw was that more and more people are going online to do their shopping, but the problem is that they're still paying their retail prices for these products, when in reality there's actually no reason for them to be doing this. There's no overhead for any of the companies storing them in multiple locations, so what I sought to do was create a solution to this that benefited the consumer as well as the producer. So my solution was simple. I took kind of the idea of eBay and kind of tried to reverse it, so that way instead of one person winning with another person bidding at the highest, that way I tried to take the idea and reverse it and allow everyone to win by buying items for cheaper and allowing the producers to move more of their product. Think anti-eBay basically. So my methodology, what I really needed to do was focus on how the project was actually going to work, and exactly what I wanted to do with it, as well as the scope of how big it wanted to be. I really had to pay attention to my deadlines using a Gantt chart timeline. It's a living kind of timeline that allows you to move around dates for deadlines and things like that on your project, which was really important in getting things done, especially with this being an individual project. At times it was a little bit hard to stay on track or focus on one specific task, but the Gantt chart really helps out. I also designed and developed the website through the Drupal content management system that most of the others have also spoken about in their projects, and finally finished the project basically. So my development steps were to install Drupal, learn a little bit more about some modules that I had installed to create the project, such as UberCart, which is a marketplace module that allows users to create online stores. I also had to come up with a branding solution for my project because it is its own entity, and since it was non-existent before I created the project, it needed a face. Some of the tools I used to create the project were my MacBook Pro, as well as the Adobe Suite, which was extremely helpful in creating all the assets that I needed in order to get the project to look and feel the way I needed it to. As well, again, like I said, the Drupal content management system, extremely helpful. And I also used the Green Geeks hosting services as well as JSBin in order to test some of the code that I wrote in order to get the custom modules that I needed, and MySQL databases. So what I learned during my project, aside from all the technical skills, is a lot about time management and organization, especially over the scope of a project that spans a year. At times it's hard to keep everything organized and make sure you have all your assets in places where you'll be able to find them later, especially when you're working on multiple things at one time. So the technical skills I learned, I reinforced my PHP, MySQL knowledge. I feel very, very comfortable in it now, whereas before beginning the project, I had little knowledge in it, as well as JavaScript and Ajax, which thanks to 221 and 336, was able to actually complete the project. Without these skills, I wouldn't have been able to do it. And of course, HTML and CSS. So thank you for your interest in my project, and if you want to learn more, I'll be in room 110.